The temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida, but the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Look at me, zipper.
Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down at the 32-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. Sheds another. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Now Etienne. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. He's got his tight end. It's Chris Manhertz. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Lawrence will throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, Foxtrot.
It's a throw again is Lawrence. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Devin Bush coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. And this one is right down the middle. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead,
and all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Jags grab it. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. And I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Lawrence. Open man right side is Shark. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They go play action with Lawrence. Steps away. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Devin Bush able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And this one is right through. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now stands at 13.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. This to the sideline and nearly intercepted. Oh, he had that in his grasp. Couldn't get it. Instead, it'll bring up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. Now the ball comes loose, and the Jags grab it.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
A handoff for Etienne. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. The 71 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner. than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's a give to Etienne. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
Shedding through the defense. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And his kick is good. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game.
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Running on first down is Mostert, but he can only manage a yard, and that's about it before he's tackled.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
On play action, here's Tua. Throw left side, complete. That's Carter. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
First and goal at the 10-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those Kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defense.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So that challenge, a successful one.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that trims the lead down to 9. After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
From the 29, Lawrence. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence. He'll drop this one off with ETN.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily, you pick up the guys downfield, and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not, and dropped him for no gain.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and it'll be Dolphin football. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
First down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Tua. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. Tua hit, and the ball is out. And the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Every week we hear talk
turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Final preparations being made for the second half, both in terms of game plan and also hydration, because humidity is really going to catch up to these guys, no doubt. And for the call of the second half, we go back to Brandon Gaud.
Yeah, Coach. Hey, that goes for the announcers, too. No AC in this booth, so we've got a mash unit of empty water bottles up here as well. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. And what's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss it.
Fighting through, and he's got space. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and...
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. Lawrence. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Here's Logan Cook now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well.
A chance for Waddle on the return. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
This one complete to Jalen Waddle.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Tua on the bootleg here, sliding out of the pocket.
He'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On the handoff, this is Mostert.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Once again, it's Mostert.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Here's Tua.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going?
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. On 2nd and 12, Tua. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
The Dolphins on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is third down and 12. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So fourth down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. The kick by Sanders is good. And that lead is back down to 9 now. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Second down and 8. Now Lawrence. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off Byron Jones. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
At the 9-yard line.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on second and goal? Tua going to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's got his tight end Gesicki in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mike Gesicki, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
91 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Etienne. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing.
Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football. And that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A give to Etienne running right. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Lawrence will throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are right back in this football game. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. After the turnover, it's Tua. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And some space here. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. For Jalen Waddle, he was known for his run after the catch ability at Alabama, and he uses that speed to punish the defense here. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Tua going to try and throw for it. Steps away to his left. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd and 12, Lawrence. It got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big connection on that one. 36 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. 109 yards rushing for him now to this point.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Another tote for Etienne. And he'll go down at the 28.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. A give running right, Etienne. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And they'll run here with Etienne. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. Point after, right down the middle. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust. Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Caleb Chason in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Tua. And that's into the hands of Gesicki. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Now Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's Tua. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10.
Tua to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him.
all focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Tagovailoa. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Now a first throw here in overtime. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down. As that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's 4th down.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
And they'll try and throw forward with Lawrence.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They hand it off to Mostert.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
48 yards rushing for him now as he was just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now Mostert. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. This is Mostert. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Mostert. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Dolphins, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.